What's up, Clashers? Thank you guys for stopping by Galadon Gaming. Yes, it's more Builder Hall action. Having so much fun. I really personally am re-energized into Clash of Clans right now. I haven't been pushing trophies back at the home village, but maybe if you guys wanted to see it, we could start a quest to 6,000 one more time. I realize a lot of players have done it, but I've never gotten there, so let me know. In the meantime, I wanted to show you guys this base. I've frozen the frame because this is the most popular base at Builder Hall 6. I see this base again and again and again. So it is time to take this base down and just beat it in general. Now, yes, if you check out the freeze frame, you'll notice I've lost all my witches, okay? So every single witch is gone, but somehow, some way, this attack is still going to work out. This enclosed mortar base, I call it, with the multi-mortar all by itself down here in the bottom right. There are a few keys to beating this base, and, well, unfortunately, just because of the way the builder halls are set up right now, a lot of it has to do, sometimes anyway, not every time, with luck, especially with night witches. They are pretty inconsistent when it comes to how they are going to behave and how long they are going to last, but there are a few things you can do to ensure victory. In this case, we end up with just over a 70% 2-star, and at Builder Hall 6, even approaching 5,000 trophies, anything over 70% 2-star, almost always good for the win. So let's pop into another attack replay, and this time we will a little bit more carefully break down the layout of this base. Now, I do like the idea of squeezing it up into a corner. That does make it more difficult for your opponents to attack, especially because the most vulnerable side of this base is that bottom right from about 4 o'clock. So that side right there, as you can see, has a few structures, even when you set the archer towers to long range, that you can pick off with minions. So we'll take a look right here as we freeze the frame again. Check out the archer towers. That is going to be key. Always, in any base, when you first take a look, make sure you can see where there are unprotected structures that you can pick off. So all three of these archer towers are set to long range, but because they're so far to the top left of this base, there is a line beyond which they will not reach. Down here towards the bottom right, you're always going to get the first few structures for free using beta minions and even sometimes with archers. So we will pick those off first, and then we will come at this base from the right-hand side. Now, that previous attack and other attacks will come from the bottom left, but on the right-hand side, you'll notice that you also have the roaster and the multi-mortar together in the same area. And ideally, if you can tank those, keep those off of your other more valuable units like your night witches, then you can get in there and crush the core. And really, I mean, even at the high 4,000s right now, you guys, just grabbing a second star is going to get you the win most of the time if you have a fundamentally sound base. So on this attack, you'll notice it is Baby Mitch we've got going here. So the Night Witches, Baby Dragons, and the minions, 2 camps of minions. And again, right-hand side, we've already taken out half a dozen structures, 18% damage, and here come the baby dragons. Now, I do like to drop them in early just to give them a few extra seconds of rage. In comes the battle machine, and you'll notice the battle machine is going to grab the attention of the roaster and, well, it's supposed to, and the multi-mortar. And the night witches are going to wrap around to the right, safely out of range of that multi-mortar. Now, of course, they've got to deal with the archer towers, but the minions, the bats, are trying to help out with that. Finally, the hero comes in. He's on his way, and you'll notice that one of the double cannons is down. The crusher is down, and that is going to let him get right to the builder hall. Now, the other thing that is kind of a problem is that guard hut and those units. Sometimes I will go behind the guard hut and try to pick those units off. In this case, we didn't need it. Here come the night witches in behind the hero once again. They continue to spew out those bats, and by the time we lose the battle machine, we're already at 68%. We've got the second star, and again, above 70% almost every single time. Unless you're running a crazy base design, you're going to pick up the win. It's just, there's a lot of inconsistency right now, you guys, in the way it is set up. There's a lot of luck that comes into it. It has to do with where you set your traps. If your opponent is using night witches, they're just so all over the place. They really are. They're super unpredictable, and it's a frustrating thing about the game. So if you can grab even a low percentage 2-star, you're almost always picking up the victory, and I picked one up right there with an 80% 2-star. So now we'll take a look at a couple more attacks. This one from NS Brownie from Night Mode Clash. Brownie going at this with his favorite attack. Check this out. Mass minions. Now this to me seems like a difficult strategy to pull off, but Brownie again and again and again, time after time, I can't tell you how many replays he shared in the clan where he is 2-starring bases with nothing but minions. Okay, so the beta minions, again, going to do a great job on the right-hand side. You see them taking out those same structures that we saw in the previous attacks. But also, Brownie is going to come at this with a massive amount of minions from the bottom left. So he's all about the pathway to the Builder Hall for the hero, for that battle machine. So he's got to get the Crusher down. So a big group moving in here from the bottom left, taking out the double cannon. They're going to work on the multi-mortar, trying to avoid the roaster. And you'll notice the ones on the left will successfully avoid the roaster. He's got 4 left right here, trying to get that other archer tower down. It just barely goes down. But that left Crusher is still up, so his last minions are going to make a last-ditch effort with that long shot, and sure enough, just barely in time, they're going to get in there and take the Crusher down, and that officially clears the path for the battle machine. Last shot, literally last shot from the last minion, gets it out of the way. Also, you'll see that cannon is gone. And yes, a roaster is indeed an intimidating defense, but it's not enough to stop our battle machine. Straight to the Builder Hall with the ability in hand. That means the Builder Hall goes down. That's the 2nd star. And Brownie, again, this is enough. 68% 2-star. He picks up the win, even though it looks like he ran out of time right there. All right, let's take a look at another replay. And yes, there you can see I do lose and win. But like I said in the comments the other day, do you guys really want me to make an 8-hour episode of all my fails? I am experimenting, you guys. I am trying different attack strategies on different bases so that I can help you guys get better. All right, I am sacrificing my trophies, so give me a break, would you? Okay, now this is, again, right-hand side, most vulnerable part of this base. So we're going at this with what we call meta minion. Now, this isn't really the meta anymore. Maybe it was for a while at Builder Hall 5, but now at Builder Hall 6, you are seeing a lot more of the Baby Mitch and Mitch attacks with Night Witches, Baby Dragons, and Minions. But again, right here, like in every attack, you're going to see these structures on the right-hand side get picked off easily by the Beta Minions. So there's 5 structures. In come the Baby Dragons. They've got the rage going. They're going to trigger any big mines that are slightly more deeply embedded. Then I drop in the Beta Minions in behind. Dragons occasionally picking up the rage, but of course they're not going to have that with the minions on top of them. But it's working out, and I'm saving my battle machine really late right here. I want to make 100% sure that that Crusher goes down. It is out of the way. Now, unfortunately, all of my dragons are done too, but we're at 48%. And you can see bottom left, those last couple of minions going to work on that double cannon if it weren't for those stinking archers from the guard hut right there. And that's going to take care of that. But that does mean that, well, actually, no. There's one more, that gold storage on the left-hand side. That would be the 1st star for 50%. But you know that this would be 2 stars at once right here if we take down the Builder Hall at 48%. We're going to grab a couple of structures on the far left. There it is, the double star. And now he's got to deal with a stinking guard hut. Always a pain. We're going to grab a couple of more structures with those last 2 minions. Now, I always suggest leave yourself at least 1 or 2 extra units, whether it's minions or archers, just in case something like this happens. You can see left-hand side, these structures unprotected. We were at 53% when the battle machine went down, counting on these last 2 beta minions to grab an additional 12%. So yes, we're talking about Builder Hall 6 attacks, but that fundamental of grabbing those extra structures at the beginning and at the end of every attack can make all the difference in the world. Use that no matter what Builder Hall you're at. Thank you guys again, as always, for watching all the way to the end. Hit that subscribe button. Please do turn on notifications. More importantly, have a great rest of your day, and come back again tomorrow for more full attacks.
on white.